I don't know what to say about this shit anymore. It gets more bizarre every single day. What did Trump say? It was Sunday? Monday? I don't know, when he was in that meeting with the California officials? When the governor of that state is trying to make a point to the orange ape and his little coterie of gangsters sitting on the other side, the other end of the table. And Governor Newsom is trying to make a point to Trump. What we're seeing here in California, Oregon, and Washington State is a direct result of global warming. And Trump looks at him with this brain-dead death stare. Oh, well, it's going to get cool pretty soon. And the head of the California Department of Public Safety or whoever he was said, the scientists are not saying that. And Trump said, well, the scientists, they don't know anything. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not sure. And then his little row of gangsters over there sitting to Trump's left giggled. This is becoming insane. It's madness. There are people who are certifiably nuts. Who are in positions of authority and advice in this government, in our government. I hope you are preparing. And remember the 3rd of November. I hope you are, however you decide to do that. For some people, that means just stocking up on bathroom tissue and paper towels and canned goods. Okay? For other people, it means something entirely different. And then, with these wildfires out of control across the West, all of a sudden, there are a few politicians talking about climate change. Joe Biden called Trump, quote, a climate arsonist, end quote. Yeah, which is a very good description. And Trump said, quote, I don't think science knows what's actually happening. Oh, my God. Biden also said, quote, if we have 4 more years of Trump's climate denial, how many suburbs will be burned in wildfires? How many suburban neighborhoods will have been flooded out? How many suburbs will have been blown away in superstorms? If you give a climate arsonist 4 more years in the White House, why would anyone be surprised when we have more of America ablaze? Good question, Joe. And what are you going to do about it? Vice President Biden, when you become president, if you become president, you will probably win the election, but that doesn't mean you'll become president. But if you do make it to the Oval Office, if you do give an inauguration speech, if you do become president, Joe Biden, I would hope that global climate disruption, calling it global warming is like calling rat poison something that tastes unpleasant. Come on. This is anthropogenic climate disruption. What are you going to do about it, Joe? Good Lord. In Oregon, confirmed death toll of 10, 22 people missing. Governor Kate Brown in that state said Oregon was getting firefighter support from as far away as North Dakota and Michigan. She expressed her gratitude. She said, quote, without question, our state has been pushed to its limits, end quote. Why is there no national forest fire policy? Why is there no national, federally funded and supported firefighting units that are equivalent to joining the U.S. military, so that as these fires erupt, as they are going to, we have a national response, not state governors begging for support, where we have to import firefighters from Australia, from Israel. Why do we not have a policy like this? More inability of leaders in both parties to understand what the hell we're facing. So you have governors who have to beg and plead, can somebody come and help us? We are burning up. And the firefighters who do show up, the ones who live in those states, the ones that come from out of state, desperately doing the best they can. Talk about frontline workers. But we don't have policies like that because the politicians, Democrat and Republican, mostly Republican, don't have the goddamn sense to realize we must have this now. We've put ourselves in this position with climate disruption. Look what's happening down here on the Gulf. Look what's happening in the far Northwest. Look what's going to be happening in the Northeast. And we have no coordinated response. FEMA might as well be a goddamn troop of 11-year-old Boy Scouts. It doesn't do anything. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm screaming again, huh? Governor Newsom pointed out to the ape, when the ape was talking about how California has failed to take care of their forests, only 3% of land in California, 3% is under state control. 60% is federal forest land, which means that those forest lands are governed by federal law. But the ape doesn't know it, and someone points it out to him, he doesn't care. It's a political point he can make. Oh, what you doing about your dead leaves on the ground? Oh, and those exploding trees. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com. And never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.